one of my goals in this year is to help frame the concept of meta leadership to be broader than the preparedness focus that we had presented at the summit, and really look at cross-sectoral leadership in terms of community resiliency and system improvement and better government in Illinois, and that to broaden the concept of meta leadership to really look at whole systems.
Part of the issue of the fellowship relates to the Mid-America Regional Public Health Leadership Institute. This is a year-long training program for people who have been in administrative positions for 3 or more years. The people who come to the Leadership Institute come from Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, and Michigan. Not all of those states have had meta leadership summits as yet. But since we had one in Illinois, we thought that this was an opportunity to see whether the model would hold when a particular issue was given to them to address in the course of the year.
Excellent opportunity for me to expand my skills as a student and also provide service and try to help get the program really up and running strongly in the Chicago area. Where I see meta leadership being a key success component is in truly maximizing our resources using these concepts. By getting together in the Meta Leadership Summit and in the follow-up session, I have identified resources that in my business can help me to do things smarter.
This is where we have been doing this, but we really didn't understand it, and I think when you don't understand it well enough, you don't have the entire toolbox, if you will, to be able to execute. And so with that, I do believe that it provides that better in-depth understanding when you look at the principles to make sure that you're operating as a true meta leader.
Myself and my colleagues in Marfleet are doing a special project related to meta leadership, and so we're going to be working on creating the structure and early implementation of an institute dedicated to teaching, training, and advocating for meta leadership here in Illinois. So it'll be the first state-based meta leadership institute in the U.S. Once folks start to understand the power that's within the meta leadership model, then it's going to be easier to get them to swap those business cards beforehand. It provides a structure so it's easy enough for you and I to talk about it. You know, if we're all talking under the same 5 simple ideas about the person of the leader, about the shifting nature of the problem, about leading up, leading down, and leading across the silos. If that's a vernacular that we share, then it's going to be very easy for us to do kind of a shared analysis about the problem that's right in front of us and our relationship to it.
What could we do to take the concept of meta leadership and working across agencies forward in such a way that it would increase our ability to address public health issues and workforce issues by having people from all 3 sectors work together on a particular issue?
Leadership Summit brings people to the table and they start understanding those ties, why it's so important to sit there. And I think going through the basic principles, the underlying concepts, I think Einstein did it with 1 equation equals mc squared, but sometimes you have to sit there and look at it for a bit and understand why it's so important for this to happen. I think it's unavoidable for the future. I think it's the really the direction of the country it should be going in, and that we need to develop these relationships in order to have a better society.